For prospective parents out there, the fear of passing on a genetic disease can lead to a painful dilemma. But there are tests that you can undergo before you even conceive to learn if your baby's at risk. And now some are pushing to make these standard practice.
Who wants pizza? Me.
The Golds appear to be the typical American family, but look a little closer.
Should Mommy talk about her day?
5-year-old Eden cannot walk or even talk.
You want yogurt?
She has a progressive neurological disorder called mucolipidosis type 4, or ML4. It's a rare genetic disorder that's more common among Ashkenazi Jews, people of Eastern and Central European Jewish descent.
I have 2 games for you.
Eden's development stopped at 18 months. Doctors say she'll be blind by age 12, and she won't live beyond early adulthood.
Go!
There is no treatment or cure, but ML4 is preventable. So how did this happen? The Golds knew that 1 in 4 Ashkenazi Jews are carriers for genetic diseases like ML4, Canavans, or Tay-Sachs.
Oh, you know you made it.
Which is why they were screened before they got married, or so they thought.
My doctor screened me for 2 diseases, and Caroline's doctor screened her for those same 2 diseases, plus 6 others. But neither of us was screened for mucolipidosis type 4. And that's the disease that we both carry and that we gave to our daughter.
Book? No?
When both parents are carriers for a disease, they have a 25% chance of passing it on to their child. Yay! But the problem is, there is no standardized screening. So, they turn their fate into a mission.
So instead of asking why us, we decided to make sure that the tragedy of Eden's story doesn't happen to another family.
Their work has grown into a new web-based education and screening program for 19 genetic diseases that are more common among Ashkenazi Jews. Established at Emory University, it's called J-Screen, and it allows visitors to request an at-home screening kit online. A genetic counselor delivers the results. Last year, Eden became a big sister when the Golds added another daughter to their family. She is perfectly healthy.
We believed in life again and that we had hope and we knew there would be joy and good times. I think she helped us see the world in a different way that we maybe had lost sight of once Eden was diagnosed.
And Eden will ultimately help many children she will never even meet.
Eden is really here to save people's lives. And she does that every day. And if that's what she's here to do, there is no more noble a life than that.
I love you. Oh my goodness. What was that?
Now for these parents, it seems to make sense, but is more testing something everyone should be doing? Well, joining me to talk about that is genetic expert Dr. Michael Gambella. Thanks for joining us. You know, I think most people, when they think of genetic testing, they think after the baby is born, they get that heel prick. I've had 3 daughters, I've seen this, and they're testing for about 30 different diseases. But what we're talking about here is actually before they ever get pregnant, right?
Correct.
And they should be getting tested for certain diseases at that point, you're saying?
Well, I guess should is a word I'm not sure I would use, but I think that they should be offered the possibility to do carrier testing to know their risks if that's what they opt for.
So you're trying to figure out what their chances are of having a child who may have one of these diseases. How reliable are these tests?
The tests are quite reliable, usually greater than 98% reliable.
So if somebody has the test and they get the results back and it shows that they both carry a gene for this, what do you say to the parents?
Well, you inform them of what the risks are and what are some of the options they might have in order to have a healthy child.
We talked about people of Ashkenazi Jewish descent in this piece, but are there other groups that are also considered higher risk that may be more likely to be suggested this testing?
Well, I think every ethnic group has certain genetic diseases that are more prevalent in that group. So I think every group should consider being informed about what they are at high risk for.
There's some that are probably higher risk, and I guess that would come out in a conversation with a genetic counselor.
Absolutely.
If the couple comes back, they both carry the gene, and they say, I want to increase my chances of having a healthy baby. What can they do?
There are a lot of options, and they can certainly discuss that with maternal fetal medicine specialists. Some of the options are they can use a sperm donor, they can use an egg donor, they could do in vitro fertilization with something called preimplantation diagnosis, where we actually find out if the embryo is affected. They could adopt. So there are a lot of options open to people.
All right.